Right now at 5, authorities in Joplin charge a homeless man in connection with a stabbing incident.
And we've got some clouds building in across the area. Could still get a sprinkle or two. We'll have a look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, firefighters in southwest Missouri respond to an uptick in structure fires in the new year.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Samantha Walker.
I'm Chris Warner. It is Thursday, February the 12th. Happy Thursday to everybody. It's a couple of days, of course, left for Valentine's Day. And again, if it's just another day to you, then it's a couple of days until the weekend. We are on the downhill run to it.
I'm excited for it.
I'm ready for the weekend. It's been one of those things where it's not been a bad week, just one of those long weeks, like the days start blending together. It's been moving slowly, it seems.
Yeah, but it also feels like we've been really busy at the same time.
Yeah, okay, that's true too. Maybe that's it. Maybe, there's actually been some stuff to do, and sometimes, that messes with your rhythm when you've got an average level of things to do, but then sometimes you have an above average level of things to do.
So I'm just looking forward to weekend where I really don't have anything to do. It's going to be awesome.
I'm ready myself. And so it's going to rain this weekend, especially on Saturday. We'll talk about that in a few more minutes. But first, we got to get your Thursday underway, and we will start with our live look from downtown Pittsburgh. Looking pretty good this morning. We have mostly cloudy skies across the area. Some of you have actually cleared out a bit, but more clouds are on the way. Westco camera, 7th and range line in Joplin. Looks good so far as well. Quick stop over to the KDOT camera south of Pittsburgh, looking north along 69. Looks good. And our final stop, of course, the MoDOT camera 20th and range line. Looks pretty deserted right now, but otherwise things are good. Now, we're going to be pretty good today. In fact, we're going to be a little warmer today. We're sitting about 41 in Joplin, 37 in Pittsburgh, and across the area, temperatures, again, the above normal trend is the main thing. We've got some folks either very close to, like Sedan, near the cold spot at 29. Upper 20s are where we're supposed to be this time of year. We've got some 30s out there. Most of us into the 30s. We got some warmer spots, though. Joplin, Carthage, both at 41, and some other 40s, Lamar and Bentonville as well. So we also have a bit of a light breeze. So like Sedan, for example, right now the wind's not an issue. Your temperature, your wind chill is the same. But we do have other locations. We have some upper 20s and some low mid 30s out there for some of these wind chills. So not significant, but nonetheless does make it feel a little colder. Future track is showing us those mostly cloudy skies today. Yesterday, we had that 10% chance for rain because we had some showers showing up along and north of the 54 corridor. Those showers have vanished. However, there's still the chance of an isolated sprinkle or two, but now we're below that 10% threshold for precipitation chances, and it's not really showing up. Now, skies will begin to clear as we head further into the afternoon and evening, and we're expecting clear skies overnight tonight and clear skies to start our Friday ahead of those showers and thunderstorms working in. Kids out the door this morning, about 40, upper 50s by lunch and recess. We're looking at the low 60s as they head home later today. We'll go about the mid 40s by 9, upper 50s by noon, low mid 60s for our highs today, so again a little warmer. And after about 4 or 5 o'clock, we'll start gradually clearing out across the area. South wind's a bit breezy at times, occasionally gusting upwards of 20. All right, tomorrow we're even warmer. The clouds increase, shower and thunderstorm chances increase. We'll break it all down for you in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. Authorities bring charges against a homeless man after a stabbing incident outside a shelter in Joplin. This man, 55-year-old Brian Gutierrez, is jailed on felony assault and armed criminal action charges following the incident outside Watered Gardens. Joplin police say an officer on patrol was flagged down by the victim, bleeding from the chest on February 6th. The suspect was still nearby and detained. Court record says Gutierrez was carrying 2 knives, one with blood on the blade. Video from Watered Gardens reportedly captured the attack. Gutierrez is held in the Jasper County Detention Center on a $100,000 bond. No word on the condition of the victim. 2026 is off to a busy start for the Reddings Mill Fire Protection District, with a spike in structure fires in just the first 6 weeks of the year. Since January 1st, crews have responded to multiple house, chimney, and outbuilding fires and provided mutual aid on several major incidents in neighboring districts, including Carl Junction, Seneca, and others. The Reddings Mill Fire Chief says that a strong partnership with surrounding fire agencies has been critical, especially since volunteer firefighter numbers have dropped statewide. Reddings Mill Department moved to a fully paid department in 2022. A Neosho man has been missing for over a month. Trey Friend was last seen near Lanigan, Missouri. If you have information about his whereabouts, call 911. His family has also requested that if you can't get a hold of emergency services, to contact the family directly. In a statement from the family, they state, "We have to find our boy no matter what it takes." A serious head-on crash occurred yesterday between a passenger vehicle and a semi. Police say a westbound car crashed all lanes and hit an eastbound semi head-on, igniting the car and starting a grass fire. The driver was pulled from the vehicle and rushed to a hospital as crews quickly extinguished the flames. Help is on the way for the Nevada Animal Shelter. The ASPCA has awarded $20,000 to boost support for the shelter. The grant will help cover services such as access to veterinary care, spays and neuters, as well as vaccinations. The shelter says expanding access to affordable services is essential to reducing pet overpopulation and keeping animals out of the shelter. Well, a shocking twist to a suspected break-in at a nonprofit in Oklahoma. Earlier this week, employees at the Lift Community Action Agency discovered what looks like a crime scene. They found blood on windows, papers scattered everywhere, and a massive hole in the ceiling. Police investigate, initially suspecting a break-in, but surveillance video reveals the truth. Raccoons. Well, the desperate search for Nancy Guthrie is intensifying as investigators review newly released images of a masked person on her porch the night she went missing, just outside Tucson, Arizona. Andres Gutierrez has the latest.
FBI agents scoured Arizona's Catalina foothills in hopes of finding new clues in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. They're knocking on doors and searching through thick desert terrain, with the New York Post reporting on a black glove investigators found on the side of the road near Guthrie's home. The glove resembles the gloves worn by a person seen on doorbell camera video the night Guthrie disappeared. CBS News has not independently confirmed the report. On Tuesday, authorities released black and white images from the surveillance camera showing a person wearing a face mask, gloves, backpack, and what appeared to be a gun holster.
From the backpack to the holster to the potential weapon to the jacket to the flashlight in his mouth to the unique ski mask, most of them have some unique characteristics that will absolutely be followed up on.
A law enforcement source close to the investigation tells CBS News they're familiar with the individual's brand of backpack and they're looking into it along with other brands.
As the search continues, authorities detained and released a man who says he was questioned for hours. I spoke with the man and he says he has nothing to do with Guthrie's disappearance.
Man, I hope they get the suspect, because I'm not it. They better do their job and find the suspect that did it.
The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to the recovery of the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. The Pima County Sheriff's Department says it has received close to 19,000 calls since she went missing. Andres Gutierrez, CBS News, Tucson, Arizona.
That's a look at this morning's top stories and weather coming up on the KOAM Morning News. The Attorney General faces intense questioning from lawmakers over the handling of sensitive case files. And we're tracking some weekend storms in the 4 states. Chris has a look at your forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Topping Nation Watch, the airspace over El Paso, Texas reopened yesterday after the FAA issued an unusual flight restriction that grounded all flights up to 18,000 feet for 10 days. The restriction cited, quote, special security reasons and effectively shut down El Paso International Airport. Multiple sources say a Pentagon plan to use a high-energy counter-drone laser without FAA coordination prompted the shutdown.
Unnecessary decision has caused chaos and confusion. Medical evacuation flights were forced to divert to Las Cruces. All aviation operations were grounded, including emergency flights. This was a major and unnecessary disruption.
The Trump administration says a Mexican cartel drone crossed into U.S. airspace, triggering the restriction. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum said there's currently no information on drone activity at the border. The House Judiciary Committee held an oversight hearing for the Department of Justice, but the most heated questions for Attorney General Pam Bondi centered around the DOJ's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Erica Brown has the details.
No evidence Attorney General Pam Bondi sparred with lawmakers on the House Judiciary Committee over the Justice Department's handling of the Epstein files.
Were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein files.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath.
Republican Congressman Thomas Massie says lawmakers discovered the names of powerful men that he says were unlawfully redacted in the files.
He's listed as a co-conspirator, not to tax evasion, but to child sex trafficking.
Within 40 minutes, Wexner's name was added back.
Within 40 minutes of me catching you red-handed.
Red-handed. There was one redaction out of
he's
over
listed as a co-conspirator.
Okay. And we invited you in.
Gentlemen,
This guy has Trump derangement syndrome.
Survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's abuse slammed the Justice Department's handling of the files after some sensitive information about them was not redacted in the publicly released material, while details about potential co-conspirators were concealed.
Abusers' names and contact information is redacted while our faces and stories are left on full display. This is not protection. This is betrayal.
When asked by lawmakers to apologize to survivors at the hearing, Bondi instead defended the DOJ's handling of the files.
We were given 30 days to review and redact and unredact millions of pages of documents. Our error rate is very low.
Bondi also touted the Justice Department's efforts to target drug cartels, fight violent crime, and aid in the Trump administration's immigration enforcement. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
After the hearing, Republican Congressman Thomas Massie said Bondi dodged the tough questions, while the Republican chairman of the committee, Jim Jordan of Ohio, said the Department of Justice is doing the best they can. Well, still to come, a deadly superbug spreads through hospitals nationwide. Plus, tracking some weekend storms in the 4 states, Chris has a look at your Thursday forecast. A Wicked star is everywhere, everyone everywhere all at once, while a singer cancels multiple dates on her upcoming tour. And it's the kickoff to Oscar season. Jared Hill has all the details in your Eye on Entertainment.
Can you tell me where the Red Garden is?
Academy Award winner Michelle Yeoh takes on 5 different roles in the new short film Sandiwara. Set in the streets of Penang, Malaysia, the movie is described as a celebration of womanhood, cultural identity, culinary heritage, and the spirit of independent cinema. Shot completely on iPhone.
It's a privilege for you to be working with me.
Sandiwara opens in select theaters February 20th. Pop star Demi Lovato says she's canceling multiple shows on her upcoming tour to protect her health. In a post on Instagram, the Camp Rock alum wrote while preparing for the tour, she realized she's, quote, overextended what may be possible. Shows in Charlotte, Nashville, Atlanta, Las Vegas, and Denver have all been canceled. Lovato says tickets will be refunded. Funny man Steve Carell is headed back to your TV screen in HBO's upcoming comedy series, Rooster. Carell plays a best-selling author who agrees to guest lecture at the university where his daughter works after she burns down a faculty house.
It was an accident. She also assaulted a professor. I still love you. Ow! That was on purpose.
Rooster comes to HBO Max March 8th. And here's this year's crop of Oscar nominees. Emma Stone, Jacob Elordi, Tiana Taylor, and Timothy Chalamet were just some of the actors who gathered in Beverly Hills Tuesday for the annual Oscars luncheon. This marks the official kickoff of events leading up to the 98th Academy Awards. They air on March 15th. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
This is certainly going to be an interesting Oscars race to watch. And now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Another chilly start to the day out there for us. Clouds increasing. Could get a sprinkle or two, and then we've got better rain chances into the weekend. Details when we come back.
Here's your Skywatch weather forecast from the trusted Roper Kia Weather Center.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5:22 on this Thursday morning. We're going to begin with the future track. We actually have some clearing taking place this morning, but more clouds are on the way, and we will be mostly cloudy through the majority of our day. It'll be later this afternoon into the evening that skies will begin to clear out for us. We could get a sprinkle or two under the mostly cloudy skies through the morning and early afternoon, but our rain chances have dropped to less than 10% for today. They weren't looking fantastic yesterday, even less so today. Should have clear skies overnight tonight. Winds will shift out of the southeast on us, and we'll start pretty decently for our Friday. We'll start to go partly cloudy by Friday afternoon, and we'll be warmer tomorrow as well. But as we start heading into the late afternoon, early evening hours, clouds are going to thicken up from the south, and it won't be much longer after that that shower and thunderstorm activity gets fired up initially in our southern counties, and then it will begin to overspread the area with more development as we go overnight tomorrow into Saturday morning. And we'll have showers and thunderstorms throughout the day on Saturday. So here we are at 5 a.m. You can see virtually the entire region getting some kind of rain out there, and that will persist again through the majority of the day. You might get breaks here and there, but they're not going to be long enough for you to say, oh, we can go out for 2 or 3 hours for Valentine's Day and be fine. And those breaks probably won't be that long. So you still want to keep the umbrella handy if you're heading out for any kind of Valentine's Day activities, or if you're just heading out on Saturday. Showers, thunderstorms continuing into the evening and into the overnight hours. Now, we run out of data at midnight, but I can tell you about 2 a.m. or so Sunday morning, the last of the showers, rumbles of thunder will clear out. So some good news at this point still is while we do have enough energy to support thunderstorm development, we still don't have enough energy to support these storms becoming severe. So that's certainly some good news. We don't need severe weather, but we do need that rain. All right, for this morning, though, again, mostly cloudy skies, low 40s to start, mid 50s, though, by 11 a.m. A very nice jump in temperatures there, and they will continue to climb into the afternoon as we go up into the low 60s, and we'll have those south winds occasionally gusting upwards of 20 miles an hour, and that's helping bring back some of the warmer air. Not like yesterday was bad by any means, but it'll be warmer today, and it'll be warmer again tomorrow. Now, with clear skies tonight, we're looking pretty good. Temperatures falling through the 50s and 40s through 10 o'clock, and we'll be back into the upper 30s and low 40s tonight with those southeast winds at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Southeast winds 5 to 10 will continue for tomorrow. And we'll get those thunderstorm chances again building in late, but we do warm up. Upper 60s, some low 70s out there. And with the clouds and the rain, we actually stay fairly mild Friday night, back into the low 50s. We'll only make about the upper 50s, maybe some low 60s on Saturday, shower storms. And again, a few lingering through maybe 2 a.m. on Sunday, and then skies will gradually begin to clear out. We're back to the low 60s. We'll hang on to the mild temperatures heading into next week, even some 70s out there again next week. A few showers possible Tuesday, and then toward the end of next week, another system coming in that could bring us some additional shower and thunderstorm chances. But once again, take a look at all those temperatures, and even with the ups and the downs, they continue to remain well above normal for the next several days. That's checking your forecast. We're going to send it over to Samantha now with Health Watch.
Thanks, Chris. A new study finds long COVID could be linked to Alzheimer's disease and dementia. NYU Langone health researchers say long COVID may cause swelling that damages a critical brain barrier, which could be a warning sign for future cognitive decline. More research is needed to see if researchers can predict which long COVID patients are at risk. Well, a dangerous fungus is spreading across hospitals and nursing homes nationwide. The superbug has become more virulent and resistant to antifungal medications. Nick Calloway has more.
A little-known fungus is becoming a growing public health concern. Candida auris is drug-resistant, hard to detect, and spreading fast. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, there were more than 7,000 reported cases across the U.S. last year, a sharp increase from just a few years ago. Those cases are now reported in more than half the states in the U.S.
When you have a colonizer that can colonize the skin, and can also persist for long periods of time on, for example, bed rails, on catheters. You have you have a situation where you have extensive transmission.
Dr. David Perlin is the Chief Scientific Officer at the Center for Discovery and Innovation at Hackensack Meridian Health. He said the deadly infection is spreading mostly in hospitals and nursing homes. Patients with a severe underlying illness are most vulnerable. Hackensack Meridian Health published a medical review last month that warns the fungus is becoming more resistant to antifungal drugs.
And sometimes we get drug-resistant forms where there are no more antifungal drugs that are available to treat it, and that's why it's being called, quote, a superbug.
Researchers say outdated diagnostics often misidentify the infection, which delays treatment. While researchers are testing new antifungal drugs, experts say early detection and strict infection control are the best defenses right now. Nick Calloway, CBS News, Nutley, New Jersey.
That's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 5:30, a bill in Kansas would change the law concerning who puts patients to sleep before surgery.
And we've got some cloudy skies building in. Should be dry for most of us today and a little warmer. Look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, high school students showcase auto tech skills at Pitt State competition.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5:31. I'm Samantha Walker.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is Thursday, February the 12th. Happy Thursday to everybody. We're on downhill run into the weekend, regardless of what day is coming up. It's still the weekend, and that's the important part. Now, tomorrow is Friday the 13th.
Ooh, spooky.
Right before Valentine's Day, so don't.
It's only bad if you haven't prepared for Valentine's Day. That's my
maybe
feeling
that's
on
it. Maybe so. Yeah, make
that's
sure you're
your,
ready.
like,
If
bad
you have to
omens,
be ready.
you know?
If you don't, you should be fine tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow's a Friday the 13th, first one of the year. Very interesting, and it's happening right before the Day of Love. And whatever else. All right. I don't know. Like I said, yeah, when I was much younger and single, Valentine's Day was just another day. It was when they had good chocolate on sale at the stores because I like chocolate.
No, that's February 15th.
Whatever. Point is some folks it's just another day. And if it is, you're going to need the umbrella regardless of what you're doing. We will discuss those rain chances in a moment. But first, we must get through Thursday. And we're going to start, of course, with our live look from downtown Pittsburgh. And it looks pretty good. We've actually got a little bit of clearing taking place across the 4 states right now, but there are more clouds rolling into the west, or rolling in from the west. And so even if you see some clearing taking place, it will go back to mostly cloudy skies before too much longer. West Coast camera, 7th in range line, looking good as well. Heading over to the KDOT camera, 69-400, looking north along 69. Looks good. And our final stop, the MoDOT camera, 20th in range line, still somewhat deserted. But of course, it won't take long for it to not be so deserted. We're sitting at 41 in Joplin, 36 in Pittsburgh, and a look at temperatures around the region. We've got some 30s. Most of us are in the 30s. However, Sedan, a little colder, closer to average at 29. And our warm spots right now, still Joplin and Carthage, both sitting at 41. But we do have a bit of a light breeze. Those winds are going to pick up through the morning, but it's bringing wind chills down. Joplin, Carthage are maybe the warmer spots, but it feels like 36, 34. Feels like 28 in Fort Scott. But look at Sedan, no change. So right now, again, it's a light breeze. Not everybody's having a significant impact from it, but it does make it feel a wee bit colder out there. As I mentioned, though, those south winds will increase. They'll start gusting occasionally. We go back to those mostly cloudy skies. Once we get past 4 or 5 o'clock, skies will gradually begin to clear across the area, and we're looking at clear skies overnight tonight. Our rain chances today have dropped to below 10%, but with those cloudy skies, you could get a sprinkle or two, but not looking too impressive for today. But again, I know we need the rain, and that rain is on the way. All right, kids out the door this morning, about 40. We're going to go 50s, upper 50s by lunch and recess. We're looking at about 63 as they head home. Go mid-40s by 9, again, upper 50s by noon, low to mid-60s for those highs, and south winds gusting upwards of 20. As I mentioned, the rain, it's on the way. It starts tomorrow late afternoon, let's say early evening, early to late evening. It starts tomorrow. That's the point, and will last throughout the day on Saturday. We're going to break it down for you here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. Kansas lawmakers are considering a bill that would create the Anesthesiologist Assistant Licensure Act. The bill establishes full licensing and regulation for anesthesiologist assistants under the Kansas State Board of Healing Arts, but the bill has drawn a little bit of concern from CRNAs.
Rural hospitals make up the majority of healthcare providers in the state of Kansas, so we need to be writing legislation that supports the rural healthcare facilities that are out there serving. And we can't just be focused on, what's beneficial for the larger markets.
The bill will mostly apply to anesthesiologist assistants. Lawrence says many or most critical access hospitals in rural Kansas have 100% CRNAs. Well, Kansas Appeals Court hears arguments on whether a company needs a special use permit to reopen a dormant private detention center in Leavenworth, Kansas as an ICE facility. The company, CoreCivic, seeks a federal contract for its facility. CoreCivic argues it never abandoned the site, so it doesn't need a new permit. But the city says its code is clear. If a facility doesn't hold detainees for a year, it must reapply. Well, 6 area high schools participated in Pitt State's 10th annual automotive skills competition. KOAM's Kenny Foreman tells us what the students were tasked with and how it can help shape their futures.
They may only be juniors and seniors in high school, but the PSU staff wants them to gain exposure in various auto-related skills.
Each one of our stations has something to do with the automotive industry, whether it is in a job interview where they're having to present and talk, and ask questions, whether it's in diesel performance, whether it is in engine performance, whether it is in brakes, hydraulics, steering, suspension.
Of course, over the past 10 years, the automotive industry has seen plenty of major changes, forcing the instructors to reconfigure the competition.
We used to have the average of 8 modules, and now we have the average of 36 computers on one vehicle. So we've had to evolve this contest over the years to reflect the growth in technology in the automotive industry. And that goes with our scan tools, being able to read the scan tools and diagnose electrical components.
The competition also serves as a networking event for the students to see what Pitt State has to offer. Current automotive management student Carson Davis participated when he was in high school and says the experience helped prepare him for his further education.
It was huge. I had a lot of background knowledge that a lot of my classmates didn't have. I felt like I had almost like a leg up just because of the fact that I'd already done a lot of this stuff before. I'd been around it. It wasn't new.
And even if they don't go the same route, their high school teachers know the skills will still benefit them in the long run.
If a student decides to go into any type of skilled career, these are transferable skills. So if they're not going to measure brakes one day, they're going to measure something one day. But this activity can definitely give them the opportunity to give it a try.
In Pittsburgh, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
Pitt State currently offers certificates, 2-year and 4-year degrees through its School of Automotive and Engineering Technology. That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Valentine's Day brings more than romance. Financial experts say it's time to talk money with your partner. We're learning more about the damage caused by a recent cold snap in Florida. An update in today's Ag Day Minute.
I'm Clinton Griffiths with today's Ag Day Minute, coming to you again from this year's Top Producer Summit in Nashville, Tennessee. A major reversal in the food industry. Kraft Heinz has stopped efforts to split the company. It's a surprise move that the company's new CEO said was necessary due to deteriorating conditions in the food industry, though he called the challenges fixable and within our control. Now, the packaged food maker announced plans to split into 2 in September, one focused on groceries and the other on sauces and spreads, after failing to achieve the kind of growth expected when the company was formed a decade ago. Remember that freeze event earlier this month in Florida? We're learning it is having a lasting impact on the state's blueberries. A professor at the University of Florida says the extreme cold and low wind chills killed buds, led to dropped fruit, and also caused plants and limbs to break. He said that's not just impacting this year's fruit, but also in the years to come, and that replanting is going to be necessary in some areas. And the Super Bowl wasn't just big for the Seattle Seahawks and Bad Bunny, it was also big for avocados. Avocados from Mexico says the U.S. imported more than 300 million pounds of Mexican avocados in the 4 weeks leading up to the big game. That marks a record-setting volume that's about 20% above historical averages. For more Ag News, watch Ag Day weekdays on the station or get updates over at agweb.com.
Here's your Skywatch weather forecast from the trusted Roper Kia Weather Center.
We've got mostly cloudy skies building in for us on this Thursday across the area. Our rain chances yesterday were about 10%. We were seeing maybe some showers along the 54 corridor. Those have since dropped off the future track. So a sprinkle or two, though, still is possible with the mostly cloudy skies through the morning into the early afternoon. But our overall rain chances for today have dropped to less than 10%. We will have the clouds. We're going to have some gusty winds and we'll be a little warmer. Now, skies will begin to clear as we head into the late afternoon and evening hours. And we should have clear skies overnight tonight into the start of our Friday. Friday isn't bad. In fact, tomorrow will be even warmer than today because we're back on the upswing here. But clouds will gradually begin to increase. You can see initially we're mostly clear to partly cloudy as we head into Friday afternoon. But once we get about 3-4 o'clock, clouds begin to increase rather quickly. We start going mostly cloudy. And if you look very closely here into Washington County, we're starting to see the starts of our shower and thunderstorm chances. Initially, they're going to be confined through the late evening south in our southern counties, so south of I-44, south of the Kansas-Oklahoma state line. But it will not take long for them to begin to fill in and start to overspread the area. So by about midnight, heading into early Saturday, we have scattered showers, thunderstorms across the area. And by about 4 or 5 o'clock, but nearly all of us are getting in on some kind of rain activity. Now, as I've discussed, while we do have the energy to support thunderstorm chances, we do not at this time have the energy to support severe weather. So that's some good news. We want to keep it that way. We need the rain, but we don't need severe weather, and especially not in February, and especially not on Valentine's Day. But do be prepared for a soggy day Saturday. By 8, showers, a few thunderstorms here and there continuing, and these are going to last with us all day. Now, some of you might get little pauses, but these pauses are not going to be a situation where you're like, oh, well, we can run out and grab lunch for a couple hours or whatever the case may be and be fine. You won't. These pauses, any pauses in these scattered storms is going to be brief, so you still want to take the umbrella. So if you leave for lunch and you're, in a zone where it's not raining right away, you still want to keep the umbrella with you because probably by the time you're done, it'll be raining again. As we go later into the day on Saturday, showers, thunderstorms begin winding down a little bit in coverage. They're going to stick with us, and while we do run out of data here at midnight going into Sunday, by about 2-3 o'clock Sunday morning, the last of these showers and storms will be out of here. So how much rain are we looking at? Well, we're looking at a fair amount, especially where we can get some thunderstorms that could bring in some heavier rain. So we're in about a 1 to 3 inch zone. This is not obviously going to erase the drought by any means, but it is certainly helpful, especially in these areas where we're going to get more rain. But again, it's not going to be enough to erase that drought situation that we've got across the area right now. All right, let's take a look at these temperatures as we get to our Thursday underway. Low 40s out there to start, mid 50s though by 11 a.m. So not a bad little warm up. We go into the afternoon. Low mid 60s, south winds occasionally gusting to 20, and again we'll have those mostly cloudy skies, so it will be a little warmer, a little breezy, but all in all, really not a bad day. But again, a sprinkle or two will be possible really through the morning into the early afternoon while we have those mostly cloudy skies, but it'll be very limited if we see anything at all. Skies again clearing through the evening hours out there, down to the upper 40s by 10, low 40s tonight, maybe some upper 30s here and there, and southeast winds now at about 5 to 10. Southeast winds 5 to 10 continue tomorrow. And ahead of all the storm and rain chances, we're going to go into the upper 60s, maybe some low 70s. Mild Friday night because of the clouds and the rain. It stops the temperatures from dropping too far. Into the upper 50s, low 60s on Valentine's Day, low 60s again Sunday. That 10% chance again very early Sunday morning, and we start clearing out. Got some rain chances on Tuesday. A few shower and thunderstorm chances toward the end of next week, and in between, temperatures back to the 60s and 70s. That is a check of your forecast. We're going to send it over to Samantha now with sports.
Thanks, Chris. Today in sports, in Galena, Bulldogs offensive lineman Braden Buckaloo is staying home, signing to play with Missouri Southern. The Joplin native earned All-State Honorable Mention honors this past year as a senior, finishing as a 2-time All-Conference player with Galena. Buckaloo says it's a dream come true to sign with MSSU, following in his parents' footsteps. In Miami, War Dogs Trent Lawson signed his letter of intent to play at Ottawa University. Before visiting the Braves, Lawson was unsure of going to Ottawa, but after spending time with the coaches, he knew he was home. Lawson says that he even decided to not visit Northeast Oklahoma A&M because he's set on being a Brave.
I'm Ottawa Tribe, and at first I wasn't sure about it. I knew it was free, but I wasn't sure if I really wanted to go there. But after visiting all the coaches and the facilities, and the coaches are the greatest people there, and all my teammates, I just confirmed that I wanted to go there.
That's it for sports. We'll be right back. The Longwell Museum at Crowder College is showcasing the work of Neosho High School art students in its latest exhibit. Now in its 6th year, the partnership highlights a wide range of student artwork created throughout the school year. The exhibit features everything from acrylic paintings and graphic design to ceramics, collage, paper arts, and even copper plating. They say displaying the artwork in a professional gallery setting gives students a sense of validation and helps them envision a future in the arts. Certainly some very beautiful artwork there.
Absolutely. Kids these days, man, they can create all sorts of incredible things, and if they put their minds to it, they got to be creative. And it's nice to see them step away from, you know, the technology as well to get out there and be inspired. And a great way to do that too, with the professional setting, gives them that value. You get a gallery, you get people coming to see your work. It's got to feel amazing. So keep it up. It's looking fantastic. I love artwork, so I think it looks fantastic. Mother Nature giving us some artwork of her own. Last night, if you happen to see the sunset, looked really pretty. We've had some really nice sunrises out there. I do love landscapes and things like that. Those are always my favorites. Mostly cloudy skies, though, for us today, so not that much sunshine, but we'll still get some. Low 40s to start, and we'll go to about the mid-50s by 11 a.m., so nice little warm up there. Heading into the low 60s today for our highs, mostly cloudy, south winds gusting to 20, and through the morning into the early afternoon, we could get a sprinkle or two, but our rain chances from yesterday have dropped below 10%. In fact, rain's not even showing up on future track, but the data suggests there could be some moisture with these clouds, so a couple of little raindrops not out of the question, not likely, and the majority of us will not see anything. Now, skies begin to clear through the late afternoon into the evening hours. We should have clear skies overnight tonight, back into the low 40s. Winds easing up southeast at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. We start clear tomorrow, partly cloudy through the afternoon. About 3, 4 o'clock, clouds increase pretty quickly. We start going mostly cloudy, and then after 5, we start to see scattered showers and thunderstorms. Those begin to overspread the area. Going into the upper 60s tomorrow, only into the low 50s tomorrow night, thanks to the rain, because by 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow night, just about all of us getting in on shower and thunderstorm activity. That continues throughout our Saturday, so if you're heading out for Valentine's Day or really anything else, keep that umbrella handy. And we're back into the upper 50s, low 60s. Rain showers should wrap up by about 2 o'clock, maybe 3 at the latest Sunday morning. We'll start clearing out. 60s, 70s next week, and a few more rain chances out there. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with another hour of the KOAM Morning News right after this.